I am here with Frank and Mike from BoPlan, and thank you guys for spending a little time with us so we can get to know BoPlan and we can share with you or share with our network and IndustrialSage what you guys do. So, for those who don't know BoPlan, who are you? What do you guys do? This is an interesting booth going on here.
Well, thank you very much. We're one of the leading manufacturers of polymer guardrails. So we make guardrails to protect people, infrastructure, machinery, and industrial facilities, whether it's distribution centers or manufacturing facilities, anything where forklift trucks are driving around.
What's the typical design look like?
Typical,
Not polymer, right?
Typical design is steel. So forever guardrails have been made in steel. The problem with that is that when you hit it, steel is a rigid material, so when you hit it, nothing gives, so it gets damaged, and it damages the floor it's bolted onto, it has to be repainted, and so on and so forth.
With polymer, like, how durable is it? So does it actually work? That's a stupid question, right?
I'll let Mike answer.
Does it actually work? It works incredibly well. Actually, one of the biggest questions that we get is when they see it flex, when they see an impact video or something like that, they'll see it flex, and they're surprised at how rigid it actually is, and then how much it can actually give. It's a proprietary blend. It's ours. It's BSP, and one of the things that is a little bit different is, like I said, it has that flex and that give, so it doesn't have the vibration problem that steel has, that rigid material has.
So how long has the company, I know you've been in the U.S. since
2014.
2014. How long has the company in Europe been in
Since
existence?
1999.
Okay.
And we've been in safety equipment for industrial environments from the very early 2000s, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
I think the biggest success story is when I start with a customer, and we won't give any names or anything like that, but we
Protect
start,
the innocent.
Yeah, exactly. Protect the innocent. And I started with a small section, a 10-foot section, test section, and from there it kind of grew. I knew how the product was going to perform, but they didn't. And from there it grew across that plant. The next thing you know, they're building. The first appointment I went on, I was like, hey, they're building a brand new addition over here. And I was like, that's where we want to be. And long story short, out of 10 feet, it grew to the existing building, and then now every inch of guardrail in the new facility is our guardrail. And it's mainly because it works. That's the biggest, that's the biggest thing. And why wouldn't you use it in a new build? But it always starts small, and it spreads. We kind of internally call it a virus. It spreads like a virus. It works so well, they start looking at more and more opportunities to use our products.
I'm just curious, from a price point perspective, like, is it something that's going to cost a little bit more than traditional, or is it like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think the cost point is definitely a good topic of discussion. We typically are a little bit higher in terms of cost of purchasing,
Sure.
But what we stress to our customers is the cost of ownership.
Right,
So
yeah.
over the long run, what is the product going to do? And typically, it just repays itself. It really does. Over time, people don't have to repair the guardrail anymore. They don't have to repair the concrete. So, we actually have companies that tell us that every 3 months, their people go around with a paint bucket to repaint and yellow all the guardrail.
Okay.
So all of that falls away with us. So the cost of ownership is lower. The cost of purchasing is a little bit higher, yeah.
That's awesome. That totally makes sense to me. That's very interesting. Listen, I love it. It's very simple, but there's a lot of sophistication to it. I imagine the engineering. I'm not even getting into that. I'm sure there's a lot of crazy things that goes into this to make this happen. But hey, congratulations! This is an awesome. Looks like an awesome product. For those who would want to learn more about it, where can they find out more about you?
www.boplan.com.
Perfect. BoPlan.com. Very simple. That's the name of the game. It's simplicity.
Yep.
And it's durable and it works. So, hey, Frank and Mike, thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank you.